That is a cute dog, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Good dog.
All right, so let's dive in. No Andrew today, everybody. So you're stuck with me and Ben and Anthony, sort of co-hosting, but I think we're going to wind up co-hosting all the way together. We'll pull Corey in for some topics and roast right along. I'm going to lead off wins of the week with for me what is an interesting win. So for the first time ever, SaaS Alerts caught one of our own internal teams compromises and did what it's supposed to do. So that is a win. Um, we had somebody that clicked through on what they thought was a document from a vendor, excuse me, a customer, actually contacted the customer and asked if they sent it, and the customer said yes. And of course, they were talking to an attacker. Um, Clicked through, went through the classic attacker in the middle motion, and immediately got shut down and hammered out. So that's our win of the week. It's first time in 5 years we've actually had our own dog food work on us. Is that a twist to that phrase? Got to eat your own dog food, use your own product.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, there you go, Anthony. Three, two, one, not in. So, open the floor. Anybody else? Wins of the week, business
So
wins, security wins,
quickly,
anything? Enrique's
we
hand is up first, as always.
we did have one, but I want to just curious. The IP login was from where on yours?
You mean what country?
Yes,
US.
U.S. Okay,
Yeah.
we're starting to see a lot more of that. We still haven't modified a rule, the one I emailed you guys a while back. So this time I did pay attention to. Actually, I did not pay attention to Ben's SaaS Alerts emails. I have a dedicated Rocket Cyber screen, and that Rocket Cyber screen showed me a P1 risk for a customer. And I'm like, wait a minute. And usually on the Meta SaaS Alerts, I'll just like review them really quickly and delete or respond if it's something we need a whitelist or something. So I just delete. So as soon as I saw that, I came to my inbox and I searched the email. This was last night, and I searched the email, and surely enough, it was in my deleted items. So it's the same thing that bit us back in September. Log in from the US, VPN. This time, Ben got on me last time because I don't know how to read. This time I did read, even though I was helped by Rocket Cyber, but I read, so we were able to detect login from St. Louis. And so, yeah, we're starting to see more of the US based attacks. It was a VPN. So basically, we need to modify our rule to show any VPN or any proxy coming from anywhere in the world, let's kill it. Except the ones that do use VPN will work on some type of allow, but I think we need to go totally hands down on everything because we're starting to see more of them.
Thanks, Enrique. Andrew, welcome back.
I had a little bit of time before the flight, so I wanted to pop on and wish everybody happy holidays. And sorry, I'm in flux and everything. So,
Now it's
Yeah.
a call.
How are we
Yeah,
going to
we
make
thought you
fun
were
of you if
already in
you're
the
on the
air.
call?
what's that, Gary?
How are we going to make fun of you if you're on the call?
Well, you can do that. You usually do.
That's fair.
How's everybody? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. Good
Everybody's good.
Now it's an official call.
How
So,
is it
Andrew,
official?
what's
Yeah.
your win of the week? We started there.
Yeah, my win of the week is we met with the MGM and things are looking awesome for Ride of Boom. We're very excited. I think we got everything really plugged in line this year. So that's my win. And being with all you guys right before the holidays, I made the call.
There you go.
Yeah,
Awesome.
good, good. And
Uh,
and yeah, go ahead, Chef. How about you? What was your win? I missed probably.
My win was an interesting one. We actually had our own product shut down and do its job on a compromise of one of our own users, which has never happened before.
Really?
Yeah, so that was
That's so
cool.
wild.
It was and I was thinking it through. I'm like, wow, we've actually never had anyone, get fooled into a compromise, and we did, and it shut it down. It's great.
So, my question to you is, what kind of chastising did Ben get following this?
I don't know if Ben can hear you.
Why do you think I clicked on it?
Yeah, it was, It was classic. It was classic attacker in the middle, and person thought they did all the right things in terms of confirming that this document was actually sent for them for review, and it kind of made sense given the communication that had been going back and forth between this person in our org and this customer. We're talking about a specific topic, and I think the attacker had lived long enough in that compromised mailbox that they were aware of the conversation. They actually leveraged the topic to create a document. So it was very, very well executed. Um, Obviously, we jumped all over that customer and said, "Hey, you guys really need to get an email out to all of your other customers and let them know that they shouldn't be clicking on any attachments from you." So there you go.
Yeah. Wow. Good.
Fascinating.
Corey, I
So who
wanted,
else? Any other wins of the week?
I was just going to tell Corey, I got your stuff, dude. I apologize. I was just been literally running, so I promised to read it.
Okay, I cursed you as we started the meeting before the
Oh, good.
recording.
Okay. So you,
I'm joking. I was like, oh, it makes sense. He's traveling. Makes total sense.
Corey, can we make a topic out of it on the fly? Or does
Okay.
this require some study?
No, we can. I sent you the link in the chat. So if now's the time, I can dive into it because it affects probably a lot of people on here.
Yeah,
yeah,
I would dive
maybe.
into it.
Yeah. So at Bay, anybody here use at Bay cyber insurance or any of your customers use at Bay? Very large organization for cybersecurity insurance here in the US.
I read the Reddit post.
That's what I'm talking about. Did you read my
Yeah.
response?
You know what? I saw that and I went, poor Corey. Like
Well,
you're having to
nah,
jump on every grenade.
but it's a well, of course, someone internal to Sonic Ball sent it to me and said, "Can you respond to this?" I just have the Reddit attitude. It's a bigger problem than just Sonic Wall, right? So we have at Bay, it's a cyber insurance company. They've also have their own MDR offerings. So they're riding the bandwagon of Sonic Wall targeting, right? And on Reddit, the post, and I can post it in the chat if no one has yet. Apparently, this guy named Joe Cyber, don't know if he's on this call or if he even joins this call. He is a insurance broker, and he's posting that he met with the company. It's at Bay. He won't directly say it, but it's at Bay. It's obvious from what else he says in the chat. Is that they are reaching out directly to clients, meaning potentially your customers, saying, hey, if you have a Sonic Wall, we're going to raise your prices unless you take advantage of our MDR offering. We're going to offer it to you initially for free. You're going to take advantage of our MDR offering. If you already have a SentinelOne, a CrowdStrike, you're going to feed that to us, and we're going to monitor it for you. Right? So they're riding this Sonic Walls being targeted bandwagon, right? And this is going to eventually move. And they're using it as a sales opportunity to force their MDR offering upon your customers. That's shady business to me. And I said so eloquently in my response on that Reddit post.
Corey, can I say something real quick to this? I'm wondering though if it's a trend. I'd like to ask you and the collective group if this could be a trend. So, for example, um, I'm trying to. It'll give me a second, but I'll remember the insurance company in 2 seconds. They just bought a company, big insurance company called. I forget them, but they bought an MDR product called WireSpeed. Do you know Tim Malcolm Better? Really sharp dude. He built a product called WireSpeed. If you give me two seconds, I'll just tell you guys the company. But my bigger question is could this become a trend? Because
yes.
yeah, like it's not forget, like you said, plug in whatever vendor. Sonic Wall, pull said vendor out. But I could see them saying, hey, if you want your rates to be maintained, if you want whatever, we can be heavy-handed here and say, please use, not please, you need to use our stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, and then indicate if you're using these things, we're going to raise your premiums because we're tired of paying out, right? And they're using brand logo as the reason. And then you've heard me talk about it on here. I talk about it on the Reddit post. It's less about the logo that's on what you're using, and it's more about the configuration. If you have a front door and you don't lock your door and someone walks in, who's at fault?
Right.
Who's at fault?
Right.
You know? Um,
Corey, it's Coalition.
yeah.
Coalition bought an MDR company just
And
a
I'm seeing
few.
more, right? More of these companies are trying to become that one-stop shop. We'll get you cyber insurance. Now, we did a thing similar to this as well. We have an offering like this as well. Hey, if you're using a Sonic wall and you take advantage of this offering where we fully manage it for you, we're configuring everything so we know it's configured right, then you can get insurance through this company who we partnered with for cheaper.
Yep.
Not the
Yep.
insurance company doing it. It's us saying, hey, we worked with this insurance vendor. If you use our offerings that we can we can back behind, we have this warranty, you can get cheaper insurance through this
Yep.
organization. Cool. If you add our MDR, well, it gets even cheaper. If you add our SaaS monitoring, it gets even cheaper, right? So it's just like the more you do where we're managing it and we're making sure these are configured and we know the right things are being monitored, we partnered with this cyber insurance company that'll give you cheaper rates.
Yeah.
But this is different. This is now the cyber insurance company that's already working with the direct customers saying, and this is just my own words, screw your MSP and what they're doing for you. You come to us and you get it through us and you're going to have cheaper rates. And
Yeah.
we're now managing it. And now your MSP has to agree to it. And now you're at risk of your customers leaving you if you don't agree for some cyber insurance company taking over whatever MDR. Maybe you're already doing something with Rocket Cyber. Maybe you're already doing something with Huntress. Maybe you're already doing something with SonicWall, right? Nope. You got to feed everything to them.
Yeah. Yep. It's really interesting. And to Justin's point there, get a cut. It's hard, Justin. There's laws on that. There are some cutouts and provisions, but um it's really interesting. I've seen multiple flavors of this in different ways, whether it's Acrisure, who's a huge Acrisure Stadium, right? I think is that the Steelers? I forget who, but Acrisure, they are buying MSPs. So look at all the flavorings, right? You got Acrisure that's buying MSPs. Their thought was we've got 25,000 small to medium size cyber insurance policies. We have direct access to the decision makers. Why don't we just pull out, say, hey, we can see you don't have this, and this from your cyber questionnaire, your security questionnaire. We can do this better here. So that's one flavor. Now you have another flavor where you have these insurance companies actually buying MDR providers and kind of the flavoring you just shared as well, Corey. You have the Yukons of the world that are building telemetry, right? We're going to plug into your vol scanning, your this or that, or it's just interesting the variance, the different flavors in the industry. But there's definitely the tone, I would say, is the insurance companies want a piece of the action.
Yeah. It reminded me, it's not directly related, but it kind of reminded me now of how, like my car insurance company, they're like, hey, you install our app, you let us monitor your driving and we'll reduce your rate. And any little bump in the road, we're going to reduce your rate. If you had to brake hard because Tennessee drivers can't drive for crap, and right, they're going to brake hard in front of you, so you got to brake hard, and boom, boom, boom. And then what else is going to come for it? You're now monitoring my phone. You're now monitoring things around me when I'm driving. What else are you going to try to sell me now? Because that's what car insurance companies are becoming as well, right? They're trying to get more revenue, and again, one-stop shop for everything. So now here we are with cyber insurance companies. They're going to be talking to your customers directly. Then they're going to be coming to you. Now you have to answer questions and whether you're going to allow this, not allow this, or whether you're going to lose a customer.
So the question to the MSPs on the call is, do you be proactive and start building relationships with these organizations? Like, so, some carrier says, some customer says, well, my current cyber insurance says if I don't do this, well, that you can be positioned and say, look, we have a relationship here with this cyber company upon your renewal. And let me share, if you start to pick apart our visibility of, you just say, hey, we're just going to go with endpoint. Well, what about network? What about, as you always talk about, Corey, right? What about logs? What about endpoint? What about all these other things, SaaS? Um, but any comments on thoughts on this?
I'll
I
add,
rec-
while you guys were talking, I went and read the Reddit post and read your reply, Corey, but it is noticeable that there were a lot of other replies on that post that saw it for what it was, as just an absolute overt, almost scam. So,
Mhm.
I was pleased to see that on your behalf, and
Oh
people
yeah,
are
that's awesome. I was
yeah,
shocked, especially in the MSP Reddit, right?
yeah.
Um, I was shocked to see that because just in general. But I think the bigger picture, and some indicated it, but again, the biggest picture and the fact that they use Sonic Wall as an example is the least of my concerns. I can die on that hill. I'll fight on that hill. I'm Rocky on that hill, right? I can handle that. But I'm looking at the bigger picture of this. And I'm looking at, we were an MSP and an MSP. And the amount of questions we had to answer when people came to our customers, right, and said certain things. And now they're listening to this sales guy and this marketing guy. And now it's even bigger because it's, again, the insurance company that they've signed up for and that they have. Where's the relationship that you have? Is there potential you're going to start losing customers from this? Do you get ahead of it, as you said, Andrew? Right? Like, is this something worth getting ahead of before it becomes a bigger issue? I've preached you should definitely know every single one of your customers, what insurance company they use. You should know their policy number. You should know the agent that they're supposed to use in the event that they get compromised. And this is, as you said, not the end of it, because we're seeing insurance companies buying more and more companies up for their own purpose. Um, it's going to get sticky. It's going to get sticky in the next 2 years for sure.
Are there thoughts out there?
Hmm. How would you handle it if you got a call from your customer saying this? Anybody want to take a swing at it?
For those of us that joined late, what is this? How would you take a swing at this? What is that you're alluding to?
There's a Reddit post on the MSP Reddit. This one's targeting Sonic Wall, and at Bay is the insurance provider, cyber insurance provider, that they are going out on a marketing campaign telling any of their direct customers, so it would be your customer potentially, right? Hey, if you have a Sonic Wall, we're going to raise your prices unless you buy our MDR offering, or we're going to start with giving you
Wow.
MDR for free. We have our own MDR services, and you got to bring it to us. Otherwise, we're going to raise your rates. And then now your customer is going to come to you, right?
So
And
helping them find another insurance company would be my first thought. And so go
at
ahead,
Bay is not
Enrique.
small. At Bay is not small. So
Well, maybe we just have to get creative and say our services include complimentary MDR. So when they ask for a discount, well, we're not charging you for the MDR. That's included.
Interesting. Somehow embed it in your monitoring, if you will.
Right.
Okay, sync the cost somehow.
Yep. Or take the rate out, like us that it's all a cart. We would force, if you're going to get the complimentary MDR, you have to have the data EDR.
right. But keep in mind, if they already have MDR, so let's say you're taking advantage of Data EDR, the Kaseya 365, I think it's still called, I don't know. And Rocket Cyber is monitoring your Data EDR, it's monitoring the AV. Cyber insurance company is still saying you still have to feed it to us. You can't.
Then we
It's
have to
not
work with
just
our MDR to be able to feed.
it's not just, and again, and this information is coming out of a broker who's trying to
No,
be
yeah,
like, this is
this is
anonymous,
just
right?
brainstorming, but good
Yeah.
to know.
It's what he's indicating is if you already have a solution, if customers already have an EDR tool like SentinelOne, CrowdStrike, Defender, and this he's quoting the company, our MDR team will be able to manage it. If they do not have an existing EDR, we will give them EDR licenses for SentinelOne at no cost for the duration of this service. Deployment for customers is typically straightforward, and we can provide it with support. So they're going to position this initially as free.
So what is the downside to saying, okay, you're the MDR and you have to, they're going to isolate. Then what's the next step? Are they going to contact the customer? Are they going to contact us? There's my whole point, right?
I mean, Andy, this feels to me like they're going directly at the MSP community,
Oh yeah,
and they're saying they're going to give this for free. That for what do you mean for free? You're paying them for insurance, and they're going to do anything they want with those rates. Nothing is free. They're just
right.
going to build another service fee in, roll it into their premiums over time, and staff up and become their own MSSP. Like that's what it looks like to me. That's the attempt.
To me, it just sounds like extortion.
It it certainly is trying to use market leverage on one product
Right.
that more and more people want now, which is cyber insurance, and then make a claim that to successfully use it, you have to use their monitoring service.
We need
Well,
to start lobbying for anti something.
Yeah.
Anti-competitive behavior.
Yeah.
And I'm a conspiracy theorist, but if the MSP starts feeding the insurance company your MDR information and the insurance company deems that you didn't respond to an alert quick enough, who's the insurance company going to go after? They're going to go after you, saying you let this happen. We monitored it, and you didn't get to it for 2 hours. So that's an even scarier aspect.
That happened. That happened to us as Solutions Granted more than once for sure, where I had an insurance company calling saying, you guys are providing this MDR solution. We're not going to pay this out. You got to pay it out. And then we had to go in and we had to show everything that happened. We had to show, that the policy is managed by the partner or the customer. Nothing was properly done. Or the alerts that we sent, right? The things that we've done. So it starts trickling. It's going to happen.
So Chip, how is Kaseya going to respond to this? If this is, there are customers that work directly with Kaseya and those that work through MSPs. How do you perceive Kaseya wanting to respond to this?
I honestly don't know, Andy. I just became aware of this 10 minutes ago,
Yeah.
right before you got here. So I haven't had, a full opportunity to even digest it mentally. I read through the whole thread while Corey and Andrew were chatting about it.
Mhm.
My my initial reaction beyond, thinking that this is a gigantic scam is this is probably something that's not going to stick. Um, I see conflict of interest written all over this. I would if this
Yeah.
gets traction, I would think the MSP industry and providers like Kaseya who are providing software would probably be going to their congressman and saying, "Is this legal? Like,
Yeah.
can you do this? Can you actually, as an insurer, mandate?" This is almost like your insurance company saying, "You know what?
You
You
have
are
to go
not
fix your car
allowed
at a
to
particular
you're not
place.
allowed to drive a Porsche. We won't insure you for that. You have got to drive a Yugo." Um, After you've purchased the policy and already own the Porsche. And you must buy the Yugo from us.
Mm. Yeah.
It's just there's some things here that are really wacky. And
My
so I don't
hope,
know.
my
I will
hope is
definitely be
whoever
bringing
this,
this to the attention of our legal side,
yeah.
um, and report back.
My hope is that now that this broker, who I don't know this guy, the way that he worded things and bolded certain things make me think that he has some kind of, this is him putting a feeler out there, right? As a positive thing is how I first read it, but then I had to go back in and read it again. Like he's involved in this whole thing. My hope is by this getting out there publicly and the reaction that he's gotten on that MSP Reddit, the negativity from MSPs, that it doesn't get traction, as you said, right? Like it doesn't go forward. This hopefully was just a feeler, or that he'll go back to that company and be like, that's not a good idea. Might want to rethink this. It doesn't get any traction.
Okay.
I hope.
Yeah, I
As
would.
Andrew said,
I would.
there's more companies, more insurance companies buying organizations to compete.
I would argue, like I would even consider putting something out there, someone posting something that it warrants legal and oversight, legislation oversight, because it sounds anti-competitive in nature and monopolistic, forceful, like whatever word the right word
Yeah,
is.
it's
There,
literally the definition of why antitrust laws were
yeah,
created.
yeah, yeah,
You couldn't
exactly.
do this kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're basically saying it's our way or no way, and so that's the kind of thing maybe one of you guys could post. One of the MSPs say, "Oh, yeah, this is worth looking into from an anti-legisl and anti what is it
Antitrust.
antitrust perspective because it sounds highly illegal to be honest."
Yeah, you can cite the Robinson-Patman Antitrust Act of 1936 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So,
That'll put them on notice real quick and say like, really basically like thanks for making this publicly known.
So Andrew, this is beyond a single MSP to address. This is more of a community. Is there an organization that could help facilitate that kind of communication? Other grassroots contacting a
Well, yeah,
congressman, that would be one
you,
thing.
you have Scott Edwards with the MSP collective that lobbies in DC for all of the MSPs that are working with the DIB. There's definitely like I know CompTIA has legislative or now whatever they are, GTIA. But but I think the more important part is for someone to say, hey, look, if you guys are going through with this, this is this would be my steps
Mhm.
because it's and then to Chip's point, cite that um, anti
antitrust legislation.
antitrust legislation.
All right.
Mm.
Well, I don't think we should end
Happy
the
holidays.
last call before Christmas on this one.
No kidding.
Um, Last call for anybody on topics from the floor. Otherwise, we're going to jump to Ben. He's got some technical info to share with us. And Amanda, I think you've got something for us as well. Um, so Ben, over to you, I think.
Cool. I released a video today.
Hey,
I know, right? About time. The Chip, this was one that you and I talked about. Like as we were talking about, like how we were doing Fortify for MSA people, and like the biggest time waster really is the alternative mitigation, just because we kind of have to do them one by one. I was like, and I think it was Jason or you that came up with the idea of having templates that we can add to the environment that they're alternative
Brandon.
mitigation templates. So. Jason snuck it in on me and kind of buried the lead a little bit here. It's in our release notes and it's right here, this very next to the bottom, basically telling you how to configure these. This was an easy way for us to put that into the environment without making too many UI changes quite yet. So I wanted to show you guys how to do it. The video also covers the same way. But basically, you make a template and you create a tag with alternative mitigation in the name, case sensitive, and anything that you put in that template will be alternatively mitigated. So I want to show you guys how we're going to do that. Just going to go to templates and we're going to do new template. And we're just going to call this alternative mitigation for Ben. And if you go under manage tags, I already have one, but if you don't, and it looks like something like this, you would just simply click add new tag, throw that in there, create that tag, and drop back out here and then just select it under here. So anything that I put in here into this template will be alternatively mitigated for any organization that I associate this template to. There is a change going to happen with it that I've already requested because it uses some generic text when it mitigates into Microsoft. And I suggested that how about anything that goes into the description field is the reason for the mitigation. So
There you go.
one of the ones that I'm going to be releasing, I'll put in the community template is like for Inky and all the things that it mitigates. And so you could put something Inky used as compensating control or something. So something like this. So that will be in there. So when that change is made in our side, that'll use this as the description. But you can still use it today. It's just, like I said, you don't really control what's being pushed to Microsoft. But when you save this guy and we drop it out to here, just make sure that your template has a tag alternative mitigation. It's okay that it's a lowercase m here. But anything you throw into here will be alternatively mitigated, and it will show up within 24 hours, if not immediately. But this should save a lot of time. I'm gonna make it my mission to publish as many of these third-party vendors that and publish the controls that we can verify that they mitigate.
Great stuff, Ben. Before Ben jumps off his screen, anybody have any questions? Hopefully, there's at least a few Fortify power users on the call here who are extensively using the tool to help with security posture management. But anybody have any feedback, questions, comments?
Kind of curious to hear, what are you using that isn't in the Kaseya ecosystem? Are you using, Avanan or what to control your spam? What would be if you had like hey Ben, I want to see these top 5 apps. What would that list look like?
Avanan.
Yeah, that's a big one. We started working on a list of those things, and we have a spreadsheet kind of all of our different controls, and we would pick a vendor, like the top vendors, and kind of go through the list and see what we could verify. So we have started that already. We just need to confirm that it's 100% accurate. We don't want to assume anything.
I would ask,
Sounds
so
great, that, David.
I was gonna ask Zach if this is something that's useful for for him. I mean, you guys must do a mountain of compensating controls the way you run the business across all of the customers that you manage. Is this something that you're going to be able to find useful?
I think I think our partners will find it useful. We pretty much are hands off on the Fortify side as far as like pushing policies out and the kind of the management. We are pretty much just there for the support side if they have questions on it. But I know that they'll definitely be happy to use that type of thing.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions? Comments? Thanks, Ben. Amanda, what do you got for us today? I'm assuming you have something for us since you're here.
No, I'm here every call, but no, I don't have anything this week.
Okay. All right.
No Christmas
Andrew?
gift from Amanda?
No, Chip, I didn't I didn't think I was gonna make it, to be honest. So
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here. I did not have time to do a regular Andrew fish of the week or hack of the week or anything else. I did get an interesting personal one, which I didn't bother taking screenshots or send to Andrew, but I had someone unknown to me from a random phone number send me a Signal link asking me to send Signal information back to them, my Signal profile and stuff, which I've never seen that one before. So I'm not sure what to make of it. It could have been nothing other than a fat-fingered mistake on a phone number, but
Is it from Pete Hegseth?
yes,
I think you
yeah.
know some of the same people, so I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, I don't think we do. Well, actually, yeah, there's a couple people we would know the same. You're right. Enrique.
So I have a weird case that I'm going to throw it out here. I'm not sure where it applies or how it applies, but so I was in Panama last week, Thursday to Sunday, and I got an alert, an email from Chase Bank saying that my one MSP debit card was used for 2 different charges in the US. This is while I'm in Panama. And man, I saw the email on my phone. I went to my MacBook. I started digesting it every which way, logged into Checkpoint, traced it. I said, it's got to be a fake email. I don't use the debit card. It's linked in my Apple Wallet, but I do not use it at all. I don't even physically carry it with me, or I don't even know where it is. It's in the safe somewhere. So I start looking at the email. I logged into the app. I had no alert on the app. I logged into the portal. I had no alert in the portal. So I said, this email's fake. Well, surely enough, it was not fake. It was a real email. So I did not click on any of the links. I basically just through the site, I told him my card was lost and compromised, or my card was under my control but compromised, so they blocked it and they're going to send me a new one. But it got me to thinking, while in Panama, how the hell did that Chase debit card leave my Apple Wallet?
Or had it been scraped some other time
I've
and
never
they
used
finally
it.
got around to using it? Oh, you've never used it. Well, there it is. I've got nothing.
So wait, it's in your wait. So it's in your Apple Wallet?
It's in my Apple Wallet.
So I did read an article, maybe related, earlier this week about, you used to have the credit card, the fake credit card swipers. There are now fake tap readers. So it is plausible that that could have happened to you, but you're saying you never used it in the Apple Wallet.
In 3 years, I'd be lying, but I would have to say it's 99.9%. I've never, the credit cards, yes. The debit card, no.
It's the
There
same
could be a one.
number, though.
Huh?
It's the same credit card, whether you post it as a credit or a debit transaction, it's still the same credit card number.
No, correct. I have Chase credit cards as well as credit cards, and then I have the Chase debit card that they give you when you open up a bank account. This is specifically the debit card.
Oh, got it.
Ben, what's your theory there on Flipper Zero? You actually think that's probable, possible?
Probable, yes. I don't know if possible. I was testing mine out to see if mine picked up anything from my Android. Because most people don't turn off the NFC part of their phone, they just leave it on all the time. I mean, it does read something. You have to be like right on top of it.
And maybe Panama's not correlated at all. Just that's when it happened because the charges were here in San Antonio.
Weird.
It is odd.
Very.
What'd they buy?
It was small charges. I guess like a drink. I think one of them was like a movie theater.
Let me go with someone crazy, Enrique and folks. I mean, is it possible? We talked about insider quote type of things. Who knows? Maybe someone in Chase, right, is a bad
That's
actor.
disturbing. My Flipper Zero did just read my Discover card off of my phone. So yeah.
So Ben, you don't have to go select the card on the NFC reader.
No.
It'll just read any of them.
Just my phone was like sitting like that, didn't even let me know.
Wow.
Wait, do you have an Apple or an Android, Ben?
Android.
I
I
mean,
need
that
to go
kind of
get my
explains it.
flipper from
Yeah.
wherever it is. And
Yeah, turn on your Flipper and set it to NFC read and then just walk up. Um, I mean, honestly, that's why I usually keep my NFC turned off, and I have one of those wallets that blocks the lower frequency reads. So
Yeah, I'd be interested if the Apple does the same thing.
Wow.
Because
I'd be
I know with
interested to see if
Apple,
I can
you have
actually
to.
charge something to this credit card number that I just read off of my phone with the expiration date and everything.
So
Even
with
the
Apple, you
type.
have to hit the button twice. You have to unlock it with your face. There's a few steps that you have to do. I'd be surprised if it does the same thing.
my flipper's in my other desk, but I go by default. I don't know how to use the damn thing, but by default, you just set it to NFC and that should start reading.
That's what Ben just did. Do you have an iPhone, Enrique?
I have iPhone, Android, and I have a flipper that I have abandoned somewhere because I don't know how to use it.
Anybody on the call have a flipper and an iPhone?
Nope,
Let me
I
go
want
get the
one
flipper
now.
really quick. Be
We're
right
going a
back.
whole new direction here, Andrew. We're taking this into a live hackathon.
Hey, it
So
sounded.
I'll be right back.
it
Speaking of which,
won't read it with my phone locked or whatever, but if my phone's unlocked, it will pick up my Discover card number.
Or you're just gonna have to shout over them.
Andrew's got
Guys,
his hand up.
I gotta jet to the plane.
Bye, Andrew.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays,
Andrew,
everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas. Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Safe
Take
flight.
care, everybody.
Did everybody
Anybody else
just
have
go to
news of the
Amazon
week?
and order a flipper?
Yeah.
Hey, Chip, I was thinking for charity purposes, what if we had everybody donate or commit money, and if we reach $1,000, we'll out the employee who got hacked?
No, we're not going to do that. Adam, you're
That's
evil.
awful.
That's
That's awful.
I'm trying to give money to charity, Chip.
Oh my goodness.
we need to know who it is now.
It was Adam. It was Adam.
It was Adam.
It was me. It was
What?
me. I'll fall on that one here. How about that? It was me.
Are you serious? How?
No, it was not Adam. We're not going to do that.
No.
Public shaming is never conducive
Public shame.
to helping anyone, improve on past mistakes. Tina's like, well, I don't know.
I don't know, public flogging. Yeah, David read my mind. A flogging works well.
Yeah, got him in the stockade. Corey, you posted another link there. Was that a volunteer for another news of the week story?
I mean, if you're looking for stuff, I mean,
Sure.
it's similar, same stuff. I mean, we're coming up on Christmas. I feel like July 4th is always the worst holiday for me, even though it's my birthday. It's the worst holiday for me when it comes.
Wait, you were literally born on the 4th of July?
Yeah. I'm as American as it gets. What can I say?
Isn't that a movie?
Yes, Tom Cruise.
Oh, there you go.
Before he fixes teeth.
Born on the 4th of July and a Marine. Good grief, buddy.
That's it. I'm telling you, I go overboard. I don't have to do anything.
Seriously.
You can scroll something like Bleeping Computer. If any of you guys ever scroll Bleeping Computer, I have my opinions on some of the validity, but you'll see it's the same thing, right? Cisco's getting attacked right now. Fortinet's getting attacked right now. SonicWall is getting attacked right now. Amazon put out information around they identified and thwarted a Russian hacking group, which hits, even though SonicWall never officially, and we're told not to officially come out and say which hacking group, what state actor officially was a part of that, but this sits very close to home with this Russian GRU hackers that were targeting Amazon related, AWS related, what they call low hanging fruit. And what they say in there is what I've been speaking to for quite some time of, hey, this year, these Russian groups aren't going after 0 days. What they're really going after are misconfigurations. So if you get a chance, it's a decent read on Bleeping Computer. Might have to go to the second page for Amazon disrupts Russian GRU hackers. But we're coming up on Christmas. Bad guys know we like to take our Christmas. And so I would take this week that we have left and make sure everything's buttoned down. Make sure firmware updates are done on whatever firewall make and model you're using. Close that front door as much as possible. Me being me, consider if you need SSL VPN open during the holidays, right? Things to consider, because we're coming up on Christmas, then it's New Year's right after that. Bad guys know that. It's one of their favorite times.
Always good advice. So Eric, you want to feed us your results there?
Oh, I could stop searching for my flipper.
Yeah, Eric beat you to it.
Awesome.
Nothing found on the flipper with NFC on my iPhone.
What if you double click and then
I didn't go that far because that would turn it on, right?
because if you were to just post up a flipper in, I don't know, any place you do transactions, it's pretty common when someone pulls out their phone to accidentally double click, you could still scan it if they were doing transactions and still pull the number potentially.
Yeah, I didn't double click, or I did do a face recognition, but I didn't double click.
I think you have to be right next to it. The thing that I would like to know, Benjamin, do you have anything other than credit cards in your wallet? Like I have my TSA, driver's license, passport, all those are digitized now. And I'm curious, are you able to get more than just one credit card? Are you able to get the entire contents of the wallet on an Android?
No, just the only thing that came up was the default payment method.
And is that you have more than that in your wallet?
Yep.
And will you be keeping it that way, or are you going to turn it off all the time?
I turn off my NFC whenever I'm not using it. So
I gotcha. All right.
yeah, I'm paranoid.
So the iPhone does come up with your wallet does pop up, but it's looking for the double click and the Face ID. So, but if you don't do any of that, it doesn't come up anything.
But
So
if you
that's
do, then I guess
But
it's
if you
gonna
did
just
that, Eric, like if you imagine you're standing at a counter in a convenience store paying for a slushie, you've just double clicked your iPhone, you did the Face ID, you hold it down next to that RFID scanner. If somebody's got a flipper sitting right next to it, the question is, will it pass that information to the flipper at the same time?
It reads it from both if it was that close.
Yeah.
And they have RFID skimmers too. They're not just the magnetic reader. They have ones that they'll put on top of the machine and it'll read whatever you stick near it.
Yeah, it's like a sticker.
Yeah, totally. It's not very, and it's hard to detect too.
Well, I've always wondered why I should buy a flipper. I think I'm going to buy a flipper now.
Oh, you totally should. It's a lot of fun. See the attachments you can get for the thing.
I learned how to use it so well that I lost it. I found my rubber ducky.
Back up your hotel keys.
There you go. All right, guys. I've got nothing else for you in terms of solid content. This kind of got dropped on us fairly late in the game, but glad to see everybody show up before Christmas. No call next week. I hope everybody has great holidays. And unless there's another topic somebody wants to put on the table, I
There's
think we
no
can
meeting
all
on the 1st, right?
I was
As
gonna
well.
say probably the next 2
also,
weeks,
yeah,
Kurt.
that's right. 2 weeks. Yeah. So we'll see you in 3 weeks. Yep.
Happy holidays, all. Happy
All
New
right.
Year.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Happy holidays. Stay safe.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.